Amara had learned the art of quiet living by the time she was 7. While other children filled the village with laughter, she sat under the shade of the neem tree with her mother, weaving palm fronds into mats or shelling ground nuts into a small calabash. Her mother believed that silence and caution were the only ways to keep her safe. But silence has its own cost. Amara grew lonely. The children who once teased her as glass child stopped inviting her to their games. At first, they would call, "Amara, come and join us," only for her mother to shake her head firmly. With time, they stopped asking. They ran past her without a glance, their bare feet raising small dust clouds. Amara would watch them from behind the wooden fence, her heart aching as they laughed and shouted, their clothes stained with dust and joy. Sometimes she imagined herself among them, her feet flying across the ground, her hands grabbing mangoes from the highest branch, her hair damp from river water. In those daydreams, she was just a normal child, not the only surviving daughter of grief. But daydreams vanish quickly when reality presses too hard. One afternoon, Amara's cousin Gozi came visiting. Gozi was a year older, but already bold and sharp-tongued. The two sat on a bamboo mat while Ngozi showed off the small beads she had gotten at the market. "My mother says I will soon start helping her in the stall," Ngozi said proudly. "She will teach me how to sell and keep money." Amara's eyes widened. "That sounds exciting. What about you?" Ngozi asked. "What do you do all day?" Amara lowered her eyes. "I stay with Mama. I help her cook, or I read the small book Papa bought." Ngozi tilted her head, a mischievous smile on her lips. "Don't you get tired? You are always inside. People say you don't know how to run or climb. They call you glass." The word stabbed, even though Amara had heard it countless times. She forced a smile. "I'm not glass. Mama doesn't let me go out." Ngozi shrugged. "If you don't play with children, you will grow up old and dull like the elders." She laughed, then darted off to join a group of girls playing 10-10 by the roadside. Amara stayed behind, her chest heavy. The laughter of the others felt like a wall shutting her out. That evening, she asked softly as her mother stirred the pot of yam porridge, "Mama, do you think I am weak?" Her mother turned, startled. "Who told you that?" "They say I am like glass, that I will break if I run or climb." Her mother's spoon stopped midair. For a moment, silence stretched between them. Then she set the spoon down and cupped Amara's face in her hands. "Listen to me," she said firmly. "You are not weak. You are strong, stronger than you even know. Do you think it is a weakness that kept you alive when 8 before you could not survive? No, my child. That is a strength. That is God's hand." Amara blinked as her mother's words settled into her. Something warm stirred inside her chest, but the ache of loneliness still lingered. Strength, yes, but strength without companionship was a heavy burden for a child. School became both a blessing and a battlefield. Amara's parents sent her to the small community school where children sat on wooden benches in front of a blackboard. She loved to learn. Words opened a new world for her, and numbers made sense in ways life often did not. But school also exposed her to more teasing. Some of her classmates mocked her because she was quiet, because her clothes were always neatly mended by her mother, because she never joined in wrestling or running games. "Look at her," one boy sneered. "She walks as if she will fall and break." Amara bit her tongue and ignored them. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind. "You are strong, stronger than you even know." And so she poured herself into her studies. While others laughed at playtime, she sat with her books. When they teased, she focused on her writing. Her teachers soon noticed. "Amara is always serious," one teacher told her parents. "She listens more than she talks. I believe she will go far if you continue to support her." Her mother's eyes filled with tears when she heard this. That night, she held Amara close. "My child, do you hear? Even your teachers see it. Your life will not be ordinary." Amara smiled, but deep inside, she still wished for someone her age to share her days with, someone who would not call her glass, someone who would understand. As the years passed, Amara's loneliness became both a curse and a teacher. She learned to keep her feelings hidden, to carry her pain quietly. She observed people more than she spoke, and from watching, she began to understand things others missed: the sadness behind smiles, the pride behind silence, the truth in the small details. Her father, though still distant, began to notice her calmness. Sometimes after returning from the farm, he would sit beside her under the tree and say, "My child, you are steady, like the earth. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise." Those words, though rare, sank deep into Amara's heart. By the time she reached her early teens, Amara had become used to walking alone. The loneliness had not left her, but it had shaped her into something different: thoughtful, resilient, and quietly determined. One evening, as the sun set in golden streaks, she stood at the doorway and watched the village children run toward the stream, their laughter fading into the distance. For the first time, she did not ache with envy. Instead, she whispered to herself, "One day, I will run too. Maybe not with them, but I will run toward my own life." And for the first time, she believed it.